Oh, the wolves are licking their chops, aren't they? This is coming to us from Insider New Jersey. Sweeney, Scutari, Ruiz. Cannabis revenue must go to impacted communities. Now, guys, if you've gone to the God's Plan playlist, you know I was a bit of a pioneer in steering this ship towards the water because I really wanted to get legalization done. Oh, how naive I was at the time, giving politicians a pretty solid line to really hammer at and go at, despite the fact that there has never been any altruism connected to legalization until that little maneuver was done. It was always about the tax money, and let's be real, it remains about the tax money. But what the state's about to do is drive this industry into the ground before it even gets started. Let's get into this article right here because there's tons of bills and policies that are being pushed right now. I believe Sarlo dropped something about employer employee relationships when it comes to cannabis. There's a user fee that I can't remember his name. It's like Scantalanen or something like that. That he put forward a user fee. As far as the tax rate goes, we have like nothing set in stone with that yet. It's all being hammered out right now at the moment. But let's get into this. Senate President Steve Sweeney, Senate Judiciary Committee Chair Nicholas Scutari, who sponsored the constitutional amendment legalizing adult use marijuana, and Senator M. Teresa Ruiz, yeah, the hot and spicy Latina, chief sponsor of the decriminalization legislation today, issued the following statement. Legalizing adult use marijuana and wiping out current and prior penalties for possession are important first steps in healing the damage done by the misguided war on drugs that disproportionately targeted black and Latinx community. Latin. Oh my God, yo, like even in their official speak they're using the jargon, and that's how it becomes normalized. Remember, this is how they got the gender thing through as well. But as far like I've said, this on their end, on the from the government's end, it's not about oh my goodness, ending the war on drugs. Well, okay, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that needs to be done on that front, right? But no. Let's focus in on possession charges and stuff like that. One of the fun parts about the focusing on possession charges is that, well, probably since forever, cops don't bust people on simple possession charges. What they like to do is stack charges. So yeah, they slap a possession charge on you after they've caught you with 5 guns, like 12 ounces, and with distribution charges and RICO charges, and like, yeah, possession. But as far as just simple possession charges, I mean, it's far more rare than them being hit with tons and tons of charges, because most police, if they just catch you with a joint, then throw the joint away or pocket it for themselves. But as far as doing the paperwork of just writing you up for having a dime bag on you, it's happened. You can catch a cop on a bad day, but it's not going to be the groundbreaker that they're all anticipating that it shall be. But it is just the start, and much more needs to be done, as we heard today in powerful testimony before the Senate Judiciary Committee and in previous hearings, roundtables, and forums. Yeah, we've been at this for like years, guys. For that reason, we are announcing today that all state revenue from legalized adult use cannabis should be dedicated to impact communities, to reverse our criminal justice system from arrest to sentencing to incarceration. Those drug laws, with their mandatory minimum sentences, destroy the lives of too many people of color, and we need to ensure that those new revenues are dedicated where they can go to do the most good to revitalize our communities. Horseshit. So, first and foremost, you guys, according to the media, you guys just elected the guy who wrote a lot of those mandatory laws. Like, he was all in on it. I mean, when it comes to Joe Biden. So, yeah, and you are in the same party. So, I mean, why aren't, how could you vote for him again? Oh yeah, the money. As far as, that have the tax money, can we keep it real? Can we be honest here? Of course we can, because this is my channel, damn it. what's going to happen is like, yeah, they'll do what they do with all revenue streams. Is, yeah, it's allotted for this money's allotted for this, but we kind of got to plug a hole in the budget, so we're just going to take a little bit of that. We're going to take a little bit so when it comes to where the money is supposed to go and where the money ends up going, yeah, two completely different places, guys. And there's one more thing that I know that I wanted to hit, but let's just finish up this statement first. To further protect this revenue flow, we should not touch the voter-approved tax schedule. We should not impose any additional taxes that will put a cost of legally purchasing marijuana out of the reach for communities that have been impacted the most. And that's the fun part, because when you guys, like, I can guarantee, like, the tax will probably be something ridiculous. And Jersey, like, our government is greedy as hell. Like I said, they're trying to install user fees for pot, and the medical stuff is more expensive than the street stuff. What's going to happen is the street's going to get to eat for the most part, and not just because here's the thing. It should be looked more upon like you're entering a flooded market. All right, the New Jersey government, you have to realize that. So yeah, tax, but the tax rate should be something rather low, so the vendors can keep their prices low. Like, like 5% for like the first 2 years. Yes, that is not a big return on revenue, but you do want to give the legit legal industry the space to operate and be able to compete with the illicit market. But no. They already set up they already have a whole commission. We're gonna go in here and we're just gonna take the industry over, man. We're gonna do all these great things. And plus, like, okay, so once again, if you're entering a flooded market, you should either be entering with a way lower price or a way better product. And one of the things that really is going to hamper New Jersey's legalized industry is that cap on THC that they put on that cap of THC that they put on the product, which means you're going to have a weaker product, which means the streets will have a better product at probably a lower price. The way that the government's about to go about this it doesn't make any logical sense. All right, but they all just salivate, and they ready. They got their pharma, or like White Weed Man likes to say, the cannabaggers, the corporatists. They're all lined up and everything else like that. As far as decrim goes, they're still arguing that portion of it out. We'll see where all of it lands, but I would just want to consciously remind you guys that no, this really had that. No matter how much flowery language they put on it, no matter how they try to make it, try to spin it like, oh yes, we did this because we wanted this because we're just so we care so much about the hood and these places and spaces. It's like, no. Trust me, if there wasn't any money at the end of if they didn't see money at the end of the tunnel, none of this, they wouldn't give a shit about any of this. All right. Let's keep it a million over here. So, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like to toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. And we get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like are the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from the Teespring. Check me out on Patreon. Link in the description. And speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? See, one of the things that I really began to understand while I was, check out the God's Plan playlist, doing all that fun shit, was that we can sit here and you're like, oh yeah, well, we need to have all these black-owned businesses here and give money to make sure that there's minority and women-owned businesses. And I honestly found myself growing sick of it. It's a big part of the reason why I do a lot of the content that I've done with, shitting on Black Lives Matter and all these other, all the other identity politics stuff, is because of my experience with the overzealousness of people looking to just, come into the industry in my state and make a killing for themselves, and under the guise of giving a shit about the impacts and stuff like that. Like, oh, how dare, like, here's the deal. And I've maintained this position from like even before that. I don't care who owns a company that can come into one of these urban spaces and provide a good quantity of jobs at good pay rates. I don't care who owns it. I care that the people of these spaces have that opportunity and the economic mobility for themselves. But it's just like, they took it and they ran. They took that concept and they are using it and they created a shield out of it where ultimately nothing really gets solved. I mean, you hear this flowery language talking about ending the drug war, but you think they're about to go further than this? Of course not, because guess what? There's particularly when it comes to pharmaceutical grade drugs, illicit drugs like pills and scripts and like that, scripts and the like. Yeah, already getting paid. They're already getting paid. So if you think that this is about to somehow bring about the complete and utter change of the drug war and no more drug war and we ain't got to worry about, nah, not even close. But you're smarter than that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. All right, and until the next one.